Hello, this is Brandon Brown, and today I want to talk about um, an individual in American history who is of importance to me and is a very interesting character. He accomplished a lot. If you've ever been to Cherokee, North Carolina, they have the outdoor drama that's the reenactment of the Trail of Tears. Um, and there's a lot of fascinating lore and characters involved in that. But the guy I want to talk about is John Ross. He's a very important figure in the Cherokee culture. John Ross was born in 1790 to a Scotch Cherokee father and a full-blooded Cherokee mother in the Cherokee Nation, which then covered a large portion of what is now the southeastern United States. Um, Ross was educated in white schools as part of an effort to uh, assimilate into the white American culture by the Cherokee Nation and to gain recognition as a sovereign nation by the U.S. government, because that was a problem at the time. Um, and it was for years, up until recent history. Many Cherokee leaders believed that educating their people in American schools and adopting American customs and practices would help them gain that respect and the recognition that they sought after. Uh, John Ross was fluent in both English and the Cherokee language. His education allowed him to bridge the cultural divide between the Cherokee Nation and the white American society. Growing up, John Ross's family was very active in Cherokee politics. So, as you can imagine, he was exposed to very complex issues facing his tribe from a young age and was influenced by his parents' views uh, on the importance of preserving the independence of his people um, from a very early age. Now, Ross became involved in tribal politics in the 1820s, and that's when he was elected to the Cherokee National Council, which was the governing body of the Cherokee Nation. He became he quickly rose to prominence as a leader and was appointed as a delegate to represent the tribe in negotiations with with the U.S. government. And as a delegate, uh, John Ross used his education and fluency in English to help in those negotiations with the government. Um, used his linguistic skills to represent the tribe in treaty negotiations, and became a strong advocate for their rights and the independence of the people. Uh, which again, he was, that had been indoctrinated in him from a very early age because of who his parents were. In 1828, he was elected as the principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and that's a position he held for more than 3 decades. That's the highest office that he could have held. Now, during that time, he was widely regarded as the most powerful and influential Cherokee leader and was a prominent figure in Native American politics. He had become the leading voice in opposition to the forced removal of their tribe from their ancestral lands to what is present day Oklahoma. That was what they were fighting against. It was during that time that John Ross's relationship became complicated with Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson once fought alongside the Cherokees against other tribes in the Creek War's final battle at Horseshoe Bend. That was a famous battle that that Andrew Jackson, when he was a general, that's where he fought. And again, in the Battle of New Orleans, that was against the British in the War of 1812. It was for that reason that Ross viewed Andrew Jackson as a Native American ally. However, once he became president, Jackson began to see the Native Americans as a threat to American civilization and the westward expansion of its white citizens, which is what the government had designs on. Now, despite negotiations, petitions, and legislative attempts to keep the Cherokee Nation sovereign, the Indian Removal Act was passed by Jackson in 1830. That was the forceful removal of Native Americans and relocation to Oklahoma, and it became known as the Trail of Tears. And during that movement, thousands of Native lives were lost. And then after the Trail of Tears, John Ross still continued to work on behalf of the Cherokee people to restore their way of life. He helped establish a new capital for the tribe in the Indian Territory, which is where they relocated to, the ones that survived, and to create a new government for the Cherokee Nation. He also worked to protect their sovereignty and to preserve their heritage. In addition to his political work, Ross became a successful businessman, owning several plantations in the Indian Territory. He also remained active in the Cherokee Baptist Church and was always known for his charitable work. In conclusion, John Ross was a crucial figure in the history of the Cherokee Nation and a passionate advocate for the rights and interests of his people. His legacy continues to influence the Cherokee Nation today, and his story serves as a reminder of the importance of always standing up for what is right, no matter what the cost. Thank you.